Paige here. Today is Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024, and I am going to give my final full review of this Harry Potter amigurumi crochet kit. So I finished what the kit provides for. It provides materials to make Harry and his student robe and his scarf, as well as Dobby and his sock. And the pattern book includes patterns for, of course, those two, plus all the other characters shown on the box. So overall, I'm pleased with the kit. Pleased with the results, with the experience, with the patterns, the instructions. Fairly pleased with the supplies, but I do have some observations that I'll share. If you'll notice up here, it includes a crochet hook shaped like a wand. It's adorable. It is very flexible, so I luckily the pattern book says what size hook this is, so luckily I was able to switch to one of my regular crochet hooks. It's a 3.5 millimeter. Because I just didn't want to continue with the flexible hook. And I posted a short, I think last week, briefly about, I was in the process of making the kit, and I tried to show how flexible the crochet hook is, and in doing so I broke it, which was not that big a deal because I wasn't going to keep using it, but I do plan on gluing it so I can at least still have it because it's really cute. Let me show you here. So it was just pretty much a clean break, so I'll just glue it and keep it for fun's sake. I was thinking of maybe using it as a wand for Harry, but proportionately it's too big. So the instructions say to go outside and look for a twig that would work as a wand for Harry. So that's what I plan on doing. I didn't do that. I should have done that before filming this, but I'll probably film maybe a short once I find a wand for him. All right, so let me open this up. And I'll show you my finished pieces. All right, so here's Harry without his student robe. If you'll notice, there's more black here. One of the issues I had was that there's 3 shades of gray in the kit. This is the medium gray, this is the dark gray, and then there's a lighter gray that's for Dobby. And there wasn't enough dark gray to finish Harry's pant leg. So I opted to just use some of the black that's provided for his shoes and his student robe, because once he has the robe on, you kind of don't notice it. So he was really fun to make. I'm pleased with how he turned out. While I'm thinking of it, one of the observations is that his hair was coming out really big. So you make the hair separately and then you sew it on. And I had to stop a few rows in, 2 or 3 rows in, because otherwise the hair would have been just way too big. So yeah. All right, I've got some notes here. Talked about the hook, talked about using the black to finish the pants. So what I think happened is on the quantities of gray, I think they accidentally swapped the quantities of dark and the lightest gray. This is Dobby's light gray, It's slightly lighter than Harry's shirt. There was tons of the light gray and not enough of the dark. So I think they meant to provide more of the dark and less of the light. But anyway, it's okay. It worked out. Just something to be aware of. This is what's left over. Plenty of stuffing. Maybe their intention was to provide stuffing for the other characters if you continue. But yeah, so there's lots of that light gray. That's the Dobby's pillowcase outfit is what they call it in the pattern book. Plenty of the light gray, some of the yellow, some of the peach. They call it pale peach for the skin color. Some of the brown from the hair. Yeah. So here's Dobby and his little sock. Yep, he came out cute. I'm at the laundromat right now. My laundry's washing, so I thought I'd film. I like filming in the car sometimes because the lighting seems better than indoors. It's a cloudy-ish day. All right, so there's those guys. And let me show you Harry's student robe. And I'll put it on him and show you, and the scarf. There wasn't enough black to finish the robe, but I was able to, I had some black that I was able to, really just, I ran out at the end of one of the sleeves. You can't even really tell that it's a different yarn. And I had to add 3 rows to the bottom of the robe to make it long enough. So my tension came out pretty tight, I guess. And then there wasn't enough maroon to make the scarf. They wanted you to do 29 stripes. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. I did 20 stripes because I ran out of maroon, but there's plenty of yellow. So there's that. All right, let me put Perry's robe on. A little tricky, and I discovered a trick for getting the sleeves over his hands, if I can find. Oh boy, there it is. Take a crochet hook and I reach in and hook the end of his hand. Okay, we need to stuff that back in there. There's one sleeve. Okay, so here's Harry with his robe. The student robe. And let me get a scarf on him. Stick this in. Maybe I'll just do that. Instead of gluing it, I'll just let him have this for his wand. Like, I'll probably just kind of tack this in place. Dobby's showing everybody his sock. So yeah, let me make sure I covered everything. This is the pattern book. It has patterns for everything you see here, and materials for Harry, Dobby, Harry's student robe, his scarf, and Dobby's sock. If I continue making any of these, most likely I will make Hedwig, the Sorting Hat, Dumbledore, and Hagrid. Those are my next favorites, and maybe a broom. But it's the beginning of 2024. I have plans for other crochet projects that I will be going over coming up here. Yeah. So I recommend it, but if you're a beginner, maybe have an experienced crocheter that you can consult with and help you get through some of the trickier parts. It's not tricky, it's just not necessarily beginner. So, all right, I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.